What's going on, YouTube fam? This is Danny and Deontay After Dark, and we're back with a new video. Before we jump into this video, if you'd be so kind to hit the like, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell icon so you get all notifications on all content that we drop on this channel. Yes, indeed. And we're back. And today, this video is for you, fellas. Yes, you know, I'm really passionate about mental health and helping the fellas achieve the best life that they can possibly live, being the best version of themselves. So that's what it's all about, fellas. And today we're talking self-control, mastering self-control, which is unleashing the greatest power within. Yes, 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 yes. Amen, amen, amen. So we in the building. I'm in the man cave. Y'all look behind me. The man cave. I got everything in here that I love. Like I love the Child's Play franchise when they came out with that movie since I was a kid. I have all my horror films back here, the Michael Myers and all that. Blah, blah, blah. Up above, I got some wrestling figurines. Ultimate Warrior was one of my favorite wrestlers. We got the TARDIS from Doctor Who, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, some of my best all-time boxers ever to ever do it. And I'm adding more to the studio. But yeah, I have my lighting back here, but I got that off screen today. I'm trying to fix the lighting back here. I'm brand new to this stuff, y'all. But anyway, back to the topic. We're talking self-control. Now, self-control is something that we all need. It's necessary in life to always exercise self-control, avoiding triggers, having self-discipline, controlling your emotions, controlling your behavior, being the best version of yourself, basically. You know, not seeking instant gratification, self-control when it comes to relationships and dating, self-control when it comes to being a father, self-control when it comes to working and your career, your spending habits. All that ties into mastering self-control. Something that a lot of us lack, but in time you can master self-control by working and tackling these things and coming up with a plan and implementing a plan and strategizing a plan to make sure you have positive outcomes in every aspect of life. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to dive into this. How do we master self-control? So some that I had to do myself was to set goals, plan ahead, define your goals and make goals that are achievable for you. Don't put these astronomical goals out there that you're going to have a hard time achieving. You know, this comes with it, whether it's reducing your snack intake, time management, curbing your spending habits. You have to break these goals into small, manageable tasks, create a plan of action, and take a step-by-step approach when setting these goals. Stay focused through it. You know, sometimes we tend to get off focus from our goals. We might say, hey, I'm going to stop drinking. That don't mean going to the football game with your partners and all they got is alcohol in the building. That's going to entice you. That might take you off that goal. You might say, I want to abstain from having premarital sex. I want to abstain from having sex, period. How are you going to do that if you're still on Instagram looking for the Instagram models? How are you going to do that when you're still on POF looking, seeking? Are y'all on Facebook commenting and heartening and lusting after these women? How do you plan to do that? How do you plan to stay focused? You can get knocked off focus so fast. And that's not exercising self-control. You might want to have self-control when it comes to anger, losing your damn cool. with your mate, your significant other, friend, mom, siblings, your boss, because we all know, man, working in this workforce, man, I had to get out of it. I had to become my own boss. That's how I mastered self-control, becoming my own boss. I had to get the hell out of working for folks, going to punch people's clock, because people have a tendency not to know how to talk to you the right way. So to avoid that trigger of feeling belittled, I became my own boss where I didn't have to take orders from nobody. I didn't have to worry about coming back in 15 minutes from a 15-minute break. It might have took me 5 minutes to walk to the break area from the work floor. You know, and if you come back 30 seconds late, you got to hear the boss mouth. And people don't have the right approach sometimes. So to avoid that trigger, I became my own boss. That's what I did. Took me a while, but I eventually got it done. You know? But as I say, you have to break these steps. You have to break this into a step-by-step approach. Don't rush. Trust the process. So, understanding and avoiding triggers. Identify situations, emotions, and people that trigger the behavior that can escalate you to somebody that's unrecognizable. You get what I'm saying? Okay, the first step is having awareness of these triggers. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what causes these triggers. You know, the first step is avoiding them and developing strategies to cope with them in the event that you are triggered. You know, I used to have a habit of taking things the wrong way, thinking everybody was against me or out to get me. You know, if somebody said, "Hey, Deontay, your music don't sound too good, man. Maybe you need to work on this or work on that." I'm like, damn, I did my best on this. They just hate me. They don't want to see me make it. Or you bring a new girlfriend home. In my case, mom didn't approve of some of the women I dated, and I took that the wrong way, and it caused me to have a animosity towards my mom. Like, well, damn, mom don't want to see me happy. Maybe I just won't bring the women around her and all that. But mom knows best. I'm gonna tell you right now, fellas, mom knows best. She knows. She knows when these girls ain't up to no good, these women ain't up to no good. She sees right through them. She does. So we have to implement a strategy to cope with those triggers when they do arise, or avoid them altogether. I know that sometimes I can't approach a certain individual with how I'm feeling, right? Say if it's something that bothers me and I said, okay, let me go address this real quick. I know it's going to lead to an argument. So I know that's going to escalate me to something and make me say hurtful things. So sometimes the way I communicate with this individual is to send text messages. And I'm talking about my wife. So if we have we bump heads on something or whatever, I know that she escalates fast. And then when she escalates, I escalate. We start yelling and shouting and saying stuff we don't mean. So I go into another room and text, "Hey, babe, I didn't like what you said." She said, "Well, I didn't mean it that way. I meant it this way." And we worked through that through text messages. It works for us. It's working for us for years. It works. Let's see. You may have had problems as a child, maybe having people talk down on you, having people make you feel like you're less than. And then you get into your adulthood. If you didn't address that in your childhood or get the help you needed, maybe talk to your parents or talk to someone that you trust to get help or get some counseling or to get some therapy. Or when you reached your adulthood, maybe you didn't go and get the proper therapy to address those triggers. So you step into the workforce and you have a boss or a team leader, somebody in a management role or leadership role. You feel like they're talking down on you. That may trigger you out of control. You might spiral out of control in this person because you didn't address this situation earlier on. So now they say, hey, you're not performing right, but you go in there and work your ass off. It's like this personal leadership is just not respecting your work ethic, and you've always felt this way, that you weren't getting the respect you needed growing up or respect you needed from peers. That can be an automatic trigger. So the first step I say to avoid that is to set boundaries. The first time somebody makes you feel less than, or the first time you feel like somebody's talking down on you, you check that shit. Don't let it go unchecked. I had a habit of not checking shit. I used to be the kind of guy that would just take. I was just like a glutton for punishment, just taking it. You know what I'm saying? And eventually it was a perfect storm one day. Finances weren't going too good. I had a court case going on. I had child support out the ass. The rent was behind. And I'm up here doing my job. And I had a guy that was in leadership role say the wrong thing, the one wrong thing. And before I knew it, I was telling his ass, let's step outside. Let's step outside. And I got out there and I told him, it's taking everything in me not to put my hands on you right now. And that was not the right way to go about it. And that was because I didn't deal with those triggers, and I didn't implement a plan and strategize a plan to avoid those things that causes me to step out of character. That was not my character. I'm a humble individual, very understanding, very open-minded, open to criticism now. I wasn't so open to criticism back then, but now I am. I found that constructive criticism has helped me become who I am today, whether it's from the pastor, from the dad, from my mom. She was very constructive of me and very critical of me because she wanted the best for me. Even my wife, she was critical. And I took that and it helped me develop into the man I am today. That's why I'm able to come out here and talk to y'all about this kind of stuff. So I say implement a plan so you don't find yourself stepping out of line. Meaning check that. If it's one of those situations where you're in a relationship or friendship and somebody just feel like they can say what they want to say without taking your feelings into consideration, you check it right then and there. Don't let it keep going on, because people will continue to poke the bear. As long as you're not setting boundaries and checking that shit at the door, it's going to continue on. And that can eventually lead into a verbal altercation or a physical altercation. We don't want that. So the thing you do in this situation is check that shit. Check it. If it continues, you have that person exit their ass left, because you don't need that. Nobody deserves to be talked down on. Nobody deserves to be belittled. I understand constructive criticism. I understand somebody wanting better for you. And you would know it. You would know if the intention is well, if it means good. But don't take no verbal abuse or no mental abuse. That's going to further fuck you up. Then it's going to create triggers, and it's going to create a person that can become a monster. A person with a lot of anger and resentment towards people that are innocent. You get what I'm saying? If you have triggers with family members, if you have a family member, it could be your child, it could be your mother. Keep an open line of communication. You know what I'm saying? Let them know, hey, mom or dad or son or daughter, when you said this that day, it made me feel this way. I didn't like that. 9 times out of 10, if you have someone that loves you, that's understanding of you and knows you, they will do everything in their power not to make you feel like that ever again. I know my mom did. If something made me feel a type of way, she would always say, I let her know, son, I'm sorry. I apologize. I just want the best for you. I never mislead you or misguide you. I just want the best. And I understood that, and I loved that in my mother. Sometimes she was just a little too transparent, but that's neither here nor there. But If you see this person is not respecting your boundaries, it's best you take a break to avoid that, especially if you're going through a healing process or you're going through therapy. You don't need nothing that's going to cause you to digress. You don't want nothing to stop your progression into being a better version of yourself. So I would say put people on a timeout. Sometimes you gotta block a motherfucker. I'm just being transparent. Sometimes we have to block a motherfucker. Block them. Block them. Cease all contact until until they learn how to act, until they learn how to respect you and respect your boundaries and respect what you're trying to do. Block them. Avoid those triggers as much as possible. You may want to avoid stressing anything that's causing you stress. I will say get rid of it. Your health is more important. If the job causing you stress, there's a million other jobs out here looking for somebody that could use your skills. Let it go. I know it's hard. Let it go. Start putting the resume in. You start interviewing. I don't care. You do what you got to do to avoid the stress, because with stress comes health issues. You might find yourself overeating. You might find yourself smoking. You might have your a surge in your drinking, a surge in your marijuana use. All stuff that you don't need. Stress causes tumors, cancer, high blood pressure, stroke. Seriously, silent stress is a silent killer. So we have to be mindful, very mindful of the things that we allow to stress us. You have to stop letting things that is not in your control stress you. Hell, I don't even let my children stress me. Either you're gonna listen or you're gonna go out here and you're gonna bump your head and you're gonna have to learn. I got a 19-year-old, well, two 19-year-olds. They out here, they grown. I had a son that was going to college. He dropped out. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? But I didn't let it stress me. All I can do is tell them. What you do with what I tell you, that's up to you. All I can do is teach you and instill in you value. What you do with that, that's on you after that. It's all on you. So, my suggestion is to try stress-free techniques. Exercising. Walking is one of the best exercises. Walking, it takes care of you all over. Your heart, your lungs, legs, everything. It's the best exercise. When I was having a tough day, I just take my 3 rock rollers out for a walk. That's just what it was. I love rock rollers. My pets were my therapy. It was very therapeutic to go out in the yard after a long day of work and run my dogs, play with them, and then put them on a leash and take them for a nice little walk. They enjoyed it. I enjoyed the peace of mind while getting out walking, just freeing my mind. That's some good stress-free techniques. Walking. Writing music. I found that people that write music are very talented individuals. They deal with it's actually been proven that some of the most depressed individuals that deal with like depression or deal with like anxiety and stuff, they write the best music. The best music. But it's also stress relief. I remember I went through a situation that had me in a depression for 6 months, and I actually wrote an album and was some of my best music yet that I had wrote. And it actually helped me heal. Doing something new like that, like I did, because did music years ago, but I stepped back in like 17 years later and really, really focused on my career, really did everything I was supposed to do, got on YouTube, put the videos out. That whole process of shooting videos, promoting the music, it took my mind off of all the bullshit that was going on, all the stress. Getting back into the gym, I took up MMA. I got an MMA in 2009, 2009, 2010. And I did that all the way up to 2018, 2019. I took care of my body. I ate right. Watch what I put in my body. That's another thing. We gonna talk about that in a minute. But it gave me that confidence as a man. It gave me a whole new confidence. Being able to be physically fit, having techniques to defend myself. And I'm talking about really, really, truly defending myself and do it the right way. Because these street fighters, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Get out there and you gas out in 2 minutes or less. But being able to get in there and go 12 to 15 rounds and actually learning the techniques I had to learn to defend myself and know that couldn't nobody fuck with me, physically or mentally. It strengthened my mind. I was a very weak-minded individual before I started taking care of myself. Very weak-minded. Very weak-minded. Would let anybody manipulate me. Anybody could tell me anything. I was very gullible. I was very passive. But once I took up MMA and took up some boxing and got into weightlifting and really focused on drinking a lot of water and eating the right foods, the right vegetables, doing the right things, raw garlic and all the healthy smoothies, I'm telling you, it took that stress totally away. Totally away. Getting in there, hitting the punching bags, getting in there sparring, working with people that was like-minded, that was going through their shit. Y'all in there helping each other, work on y'all craft. Man, it took me to a whole different level. Whole different level. That's another way to avoid triggers and understand. Find other things to do to get away from those things that will trigger you. Find you something to do. Sometimes you got to tell your wife that, or your girlfriend, or your kids when they come in there with that BS. No, you find you something to do and stop fucking with me. Go find you something to do. You got to be real. Find you something to do. Now, practicing delayed gratification. We talked about this. A lot of people seek instant gratification. People want things so fast. We live in a microwave society where people don't want to wait. People don't want to trust the process. People don't believe in the process. People believe in becoming a millionaire overnight. Stuff do not happen overnight. It takes hard work and dedication. One thing my great-grandfather taught us, God rest his soul. Thank you, granddaddy. Taught us hard work. And me and my family, all we know is hard work. I mean, he had them out planting their own food, planting their own food. If you don't plant, you don't get this crop in, we don't eat. Potatoes, peppers, tomatoes, greens, string beans, corn, you name it. Had my uncles out there working. My great uncles and my uncles working. And it trickled down to me. All I know is hard work. That's all I know is hard work. Nothing comes easy. Nothing was ever given to me. We have to train ourselves to wait for the reward. The reward is worth the wait. When I went into business back in 2020, the pandemic happened, so it delayed everything. Everything was put on hold for a whole year with the business we started. We had a cleaning business. A lot of stuff was shut down. So in that process, I had to go and take a regular job. Again, I had to get out there and work at White Castle. But I got out there and worked hard and did what I had to do to make sure I kept my family fed, make sure I kept my child support paid, because child support didn't stop, damn it. They wanted their money. You had to risk it all. That's why it was a trigger dealing with them ungrateful ass children's mothers of mine that said, "Oh, you ain't never did shit for your kids." I'm like, damn, I worked in the pandemic to make sure I kept the child support paid. Went out there risking it all every day in, day out, night in, night out. I was out here go puffing it. If anybody know what go puff is, that's when you deliver essential items. That really spiked up all these delivery services, Uber Eats, DoorDash, GoPuff, all that stuff surged in business. I mean, them businesses started booming because there was days I was having $500 days from doing GoPuff, $300 days. Hell, I can work 4 or 5 days and have close to 2 grand. And he still was working at White Castle. But shit, I started seeing that money with them. I'm like, oh, I'm getting out of here. But yeah, I had to do what I had to do. Fast forward 2021, businesses started to open back up. So I started getting businesses to service. I own a cleaning company, so I was getting out there cleaning. Then April, a year after the pandemic started, April 2021, I caught the daggone, you know what I'm saying? And I still had to work. That's all I ever knew was work. And you know what? It helped me heal faster too. Working. So, how do we deal with training ourselves to wait for the reward? What we do is start with small challenges, like waiting a few minutes before we eat. You know, look at that plate, like, okay, I'm gonna train myself to wait. That's small steps. And you can gradually increase the delay. It's like having a dog. Do y'all feed y'all dog right away when it's whining and barking and acting belligerent? No, you're gonna wait until I'm ready to feed you. Just because your kid walk in and yank at the pans while you preparing food, you're not gonna rush and put hot food on a plate for your kid. You're gonna make sure that food's cooled down and good enough for them to go ahead and eat. You're not gonna give your 2-year-old or your 3-year-old a hot smoking plate. No, 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 no. They burn their little tongue. It's just like that. They have to wait. So we have to train ourselves to wait for the reward. You know, when you're in business, it takes 3 to 5 years sometimes before you even profit. And some businesses fold in the first 6 months. I've seen it. Being in this industry, I've seen businesses fold in the first 3 to 6 months. They couldn't handle it. People become lazy. They come in the door with the wrong intention. They thinking they coming in to make millions overnight or hundreds of thousands of dollars overnight. It's not like that. Sometimes you got to take that small account to get you going, to get you that confidence. My first account was an $800 a month account. I'm like, okay, that's a start. Cool. Nice size building. I'm like, all right. Got started with that. Cool. First check after fees and everything came out because I went through a third party when I started my company. So after the fees, it was like a $600 check. I'm like, ew, what the hell am I gonna do with this? So I got me another job. When it got me another job. Yep. And I did that until I slowly started gradually picking up more accounts. You know, a lot of us do not want to wait for the reward. You know, when you in business, sometimes it take a while for you to start seeing that money. You just got to be patient. It's going to take sacrifice. It takes going out when you don't want to go out. It takes losing a few hours of sleep. That's what it takes. But some of us be so stuck on seeing this money so fast and so quick, you get discouraged when it don't come on the time that you want it to come. Then you end up giving up and quitting. Then guess what? You back in a dead end ass job that you don't want to be at. Practice waiting on the reward. This practice strengthens your muscle control, strengthens your mind control. Guess what? It helps you master self-control, right? That's what we're talking about today, self-control. When you can teach yourself how to tolerate your discomfort, sometimes God puts us in an uncomfortable situation to make us appreciate the comfortable situations. You get what I'm saying? If we can't tolerate being uncomfortable for a while, how the hell we gonna act when we get comfortable? A damn fool. That's why you got so many people out here. They get rich and they get out of control with it. They get out of control. But when you come from nothing, you get it out the mud. You appreciate. You appreciate when you reach that point to where you're not living paycheck to paycheck no more. You become the giver and not the borrower. You know what I'm saying? It takes a while for you to achieve that desirable outcome that you want to have. Just stay the course. Don't get discouraged. I've been discouraged plenty of times, but I had to think about it. Do I really want to go back and punch somebody's clock? Do I really want to deal with this pain in the ass boss again? Do I really want to have to go by somebody else's schedule when I have everything set in place to where I'm able to move around and do things for my kids? I'm able to move around and come home when I'm ready to come home. If I want to hire somebody in to go and take this on, I can do that. But it took me a while to get to that point. I had to stay the course. Things don't happen overnight. We have to really work on wanting instant gratification. And instant gratification comes with all types of things. Sometimes we want to get the sex right away. It don't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. Practice self-control. Sometimes it takes a while for you to build a rapport and understand that other person, understand their triggers, understand where they came from, understand their past, understand their future goals. When you seeking instant gratification, you hopping in bed, man, you taking on all this person's demons that they've been carrying around for years, and you just wanted to get the ass, and now you stuck and wondering what the hell going on with me? Why am I feeling this way right now? Why am I feeling this? Why am I wanting to all of a sudden cuss everybody out? Why am I crying for no reason? Why am I mad for no reason? That's because you didn't took on this other person's demons on for instant gratification. Then you wonder why you can't progress nowhere. You may want to be in a newer place. You may want to be in a better job opportunity. But you took all this stuff on because of instant gratification. You wondering why. You took this person's generational curses on now. Seriously. Work on waiting for the reward. It's so worth it. It took me a while to meet the woman I truly desired, the woman that God had for me. I went through bullshit after bullshit after bullshit because I was seeking instant gratification, looking for somebody to fill the void, looking for somebody just to be there, looking for somebody to say I just had somebody. And everything turned out to fall on his face over and over and over and over and over again. But when I finally met the woman that God had for me, I was able to pray with this woman. Oh, don't get me wrong, we went through our BS too. But as we learned to understand each other and understand each other's triggers, understand each other's emotions, understand where she was coming from, understand where I was coming from, understand my past, boom, it worked out. The house became more quiet. The nights at the job became more easier. Cooking dinner became more easier, and the food tastes more better. You get what I'm saying? The kids start behaving more better. Bills were getting paid on time. Might don't have no money when they paid, but they paid on time. We got a roof over our head. The kids' bellies full. Peace. Peace of mind. Learn to wait for the reward. Okay. Meditation. I went through my meditation period. It was okay. It's deep. It takes a lot of concentration for meditation because if you were like me, myself, I'm a deep thinker. So when I was going through my situation of depression, situations of feeling lost, having a million thoughts going through my mind at one time, sitting my ass down in one spot to meditate was hard because silence was loud. Everything was loud. Everything. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Oh, what's next? What's going to happen here? And I'm trying to meditate. But once I mastered meditation, it was like I found myself meditating. I didn't realize some nights I would be there for 4 or 5 hours meditating. Burning some incense, listening to some soft music. And that meditation brought peace within myself. I wasn't no longer thinking craziness, thinking chaos. Those carnal thoughts wasn't crossing my mind no more. Thoughts of doing physical harm to other people. Thoughts of doing harm to myself. Thoughts of sex. Meditation helped me bring my flesh under subjection, helped me bring my spirit to a calmer level. And that's why I say, when you go around people that can trigger you or go around things that can trigger you, you can digress. That's why it's best to protect your peace at all times. Protect your energy field. You let the wrong person in, all that meditation shit goes out the door. Out the door. And then boom, you're back at square one again, working on the self-healing process, working on trying to what? Master self-control. Right? That's why it's best to do some cleansing. Cleansing of friends that don't mean no good. Sometimes we gotta put, like I said, put them loved ones on block. If they not right for you, you got family that's not right. Sometimes you gotta block them too. Yes, indeed. I hope somebody hear me, man. I hope this is helping somebody. Smash the like if this is helping you out. Look, it don't take nothing to smash the like. It's free. It supports the channel, keeps us in the algorithms. It's not too many channels that's gonna break this down for you like this, that really cares about if you're gonna listen. That we really care about seeing you live the best version of yourself. I want to see y'all win, especially around the holidays. This is a melting pot for pain. You might miss a loved one. Bills might be behind. You worried about, oh, what we gonna do? What we gonna do for the kids? It's hard. So I'm trying to teach y'all self-control so you overcome this stuff. Okay, last but not least, self-care and healthy habits. We tapped into this earlier in the video. Self-care, y'all. And this is something that I still work on myself. Getting more sleep. Eating the right foods. It's hard sometimes when you a busy person, you eating on the go. You got to microwave some shit real fast. I mean, lack of sleep, especially when you're trying to accomplish your goals, you're trying to meet your goals. It's hard to get the proper sleep sometimes. I'm a busy person. My wife is very busy. We got all these businesses going on. So it becomes hard. But it'd be those days where I say, babe, you need to take your ass to bed. Come lay down, hold me, keep me warm. Yeah, I still want to be kept warm by my lady. Shit, come and hold me. Hold me. It's good for my soul. That's good self-care. That is. Being held, holding yourself. Shoot, sometimes I gotta hold myself. Love on myself a little bit. Keeping your hair cut. Working on hygiene. Flossing a little extra time. Brushing your teeth. Getting in that shower twice a day. Self-care. Sometimes my wife, she treat herself to go get the eyebrows arched, get her nails done, get the feet done, and she's the happiest woman in the world when she come home. But she got that break from all these damn bad kids. She got a break from my whiny ass. She got a break from everything that's going on in here. I love when she go out there and do that and practice that little self-care. She need that. Yeah, ladies, y'all need that self-care too. Y'all take on a lot. You know, me being a husband now and seeing how much work it goes into being a mother, being a worker, a business owner. From a woman's point of view, I'm looking at my wife like, man, washing the clothes sometimes, having to wash the dishes, taking the food out ahead of time to get everybody fed. It's a lot that go into that. And as a man, we got to be more mindful and more appreciative of that stuff. Sometimes we selfish as hell. Seriously. So I say all that to say is practice a little more self-care, men and women. But this is more for the men today. But I want y'all to practice more self-care, keeping up on your hygiene. Get you some nice dress pants, a nice dress shirt. Just go to Walmart, they got nice stuff at Walmart. Get you a couple of little button-down shirts. You can catch them on clearance. You might spend $7, $5. Get you a couple of those polo shirts, some nice slacks, get you a nice pair of shoes, and go out sometime and just enjoy yourself. That's self-care. Go to a little jazz spot, listen to some live jazz music, relax your mind, relax your body. Have you a little sip of wine. Don't get no dark liquor. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you resting for real. Honestly, that's very important. It helps the mind a lot. I know when I get rest and I get rejuvenated, I feel like I can tackle anything for the next probably 14, 15 days. I'm good. If I get good, adequate sleep for the week or for the weekend, I'm not really doing too much. My mood is better. I interact with the kids better. I interact with the wife better. But if I haven't got rest, oh, watch out. Watch out. That goes for anybody. That's why I say it's important to avoid that trigger. Make sure you're getting rest. It keeps you from snapping off the handle because little things can make you fly off the handle. The smallest thing when you haven't gotten enough sleep will turn a bishop into a damn animal. No disrespect. Seriously. When you get rest, you're able to deal with resistant temptations. You making better decisions, better decision making. Because when you haven't rested right, you start hallucinating. I just went through this stuff. I thought I seen somebody in the middle of the road because I hadn't got the proper sleep I needed. I said, after that, I start sleeping in. It's time to get some rest. Seriously, make sure you're getting your rest. So important. It heals the body when you get your rest. So serious. And drink plenty of water. I actually couldn't stand water until I got one of my well, I'll take that back. But I drank a lot of water when I was in the boxing and MMA stuff, but it was a period of time I just wanted me some juice then I got into this thing with Coca-Cola. Right, babe? Coca-Cola. She used to get on me about that. Oh, you need to stop drinking that Coke. Yeah, you're right. But anyway, y'all, I'm so glad to have y'all here. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel. We wanted to touch on this important topic, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all actually practice the stuff that I discuss here. I want to see all y'all win. I really do. It's so important to me, man. Make sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. This is Danny and Deontay After Dark. I want y'all to remember one thing when watching this. Remember that self-control is like a muscle that gets stronger with practice. Be patient with yourself and recognize that setbacks are a part of the process. So anytime you come across a setback, don't beat yourself up. Do not be so hard on yourself. I had a habit of that. Every time I hit a setback, I blame myself. I blame the people around me. I blame God. But no, setbacks is a part of the process. If you don't get a setback, you won't appreciate nothing. It helps you work harder. A setback will help you work harder. You might, even in this cleaning industry, I lost a couple of accounts along the way. I feel some type of way for the first 30 minutes. I say, you know what? Something better is coming. And lo and behold, a day later, I got another account that was paid more and a lot easier and a lot closer to home. A lot less days. So everything that happens to you negative is not because you have bad luck. Sometimes that's God stepping in and saying, you know what? We gotta put a little order in this. You need some order. You over here, you over there, you over here, you over there. You neglecting this, you neglecting that. You need some order, son or daughter. Everything that happens is not because you have bad luck or you're not blessed. Stop thinking like that. That's what the devil want. The devil want to come in and confuse your mind. The devil wants you to lose all self-control. Seriously, we cannot continue to be pawns to the devil's chessboard where you're moving all these pieces and shit in your way. Stop. Stop it. The Lord loves you. The Lord is concerned about you. He wants to see you win. But do you want to win? When are you going to meet the Lord halfway and say, you know what, I'm going to stop crying and I'm going to stop complaining and I'm going to do my part, Father? That's what he's waiting on. God is a selfish and jealous God. We got to stop putting things before him. Money, women, all the wrong shit. Hey, look, I'm working on myself. And God knows my heart. I'm very real and transparent. I learned a lot from my wife. And my mama was very transparent with me. Okay? My mother. Okay? Keep that in mind too, fellas, before you start talking bad about these ladies. You can learn a lot. Okay? Do I talk down sometime? I ain't gonna say I talk down. I just hold people accountable. Okay? I call people on their bullshit. Okay? But yes, I appreciate y'all for coming along. Make sure we're practicing self-care. Make sure you're getting adequate sleep. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're avoiding those things that will cause you to digress and not progress. Seriously. Stay away from those stress inhibitors. Okay? I keep telling people, stress is a silent killer. You can be so stressed and don't know what effect it has on your brain, on the heart. The whole thing, man. Your whole anatomy is affected when you stress. So make sure we're avoiding those stress inhibitors. Your life is so important and God loves you. Work on waiting for the reward. Because when you receive that reward, you will appreciate it more. If anything is just given to you, you won't appreciate it. We raise our kids on hard work around this house. We're not going to give you anything. No, you're going to work. You're going to go to school and get your lesson. You're going to do these chores around this house. And you're going to respect the authority here. I told you. I came up on hard work. My whole life. So make sure y'all work on waiting for that reward. Stop worrying about instant gratification, because when you get it, it can be gone just like that. In a heartbeat. Then you're looking around like, what happened? Right? This is Danny and Deontay After Dark. I am your host, Deontay. I love y'all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I love y'all. Seriously. Peace.
For more content, don't forget to smash the like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.